You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that happens weekly.
Once a week.
Weekly.
We need a chorus of...
Weekly.
Yeah, we need that. We need the California raisins. We need 3 of the California raisins. 3 of the best raisins. 3 of the medium raisins.
3 of the most medium raisins.
Man, we don't have enough Patreon money to afford the 3 famous California raisins.
We'll get the Oregon raisins.
Yeah, the Southern Oregon raisins.
I don't even know what other state grows... what other state grows raisins, Dave?
Well, I don't know. There are states that can grow grapes, but they don't have the sunlight to make raisins. So they can make synthetic sunlight raisins.
It's Colorado then, synthetic.
Colorado, yeah. That's it.
The Colorado raisins.
Colorado raisins, no offense to Coloradians, but the Colorado raisins are we can do better than that. We are better than that.
The Lubega of raisins.
We are, yeah. No, the Lubega raisins is actually pretty good. As far as raisins go, Lubega raisins are pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
Bacons.
Yeah, we don't want the Nickelback of raisins. The what?
The Lubegans.
The Lubegans. Dogs don't know they're not Lubega.
2 old guys play old games, and this week we are talking about, I guess, a more requested and enthusiastic response to an episode I feel like I've seen in a while.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, there've been a few people who are wanting that Duke Nukem episode, Duke Nukem 3D to be precise.
So what I promise will be the most underwhelming episode on Duke Nukem 3D you've ever heard.
It's going to be, let me go and get in front of this. If you love Duke Nukem 3D and you don't want to hear me talk bad about it, goodbye. You might want to check in with us next week.
Well, if you want to hear me talk medium, a good Colorado raisin level about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to shit all over it. I'm not going to suck its dick, but I'm not going to shit all over it.
No, I'm not going to shit all over it either. Mm-hmm. So we'll get to that.
But first.
But I will say, I want to go on the record right at the beginning of this episode and say...
trigger warning.
Fuck that. No, if you're a Duke Nukem fan, you hate trigger warnings.
It's true, yeah.
So fuck that.
You hate Obama and trigger warnings.
I think that this game, if you loved this game, I think you need to replay it. That's all I'm going to say. That's it.
Get the MAGA hat mod.
I'm out. The what?
Duke wears a MAGA hat.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one.
Make America great again.
Oh, yeah. Every time anyone says MAGA, I think of Naga, the monster.
MAGA.
So, because MAGA just doesn't register for me as a thing. So,
but first, I'm your bearded host Tyler, and I am not very good with the GPS.
You're not.
No, so I want to issue a public apology to Lord Mike of Purdue because I had every intention and I put forth the effort to attend his wedding, and I completely fucked it up.
I knew it was bad because I got a message from you asking if we wanted to ride up together, and I saw it an hour later. And I was like, no, I think I'm good. And then you said something about, well, we left already because we were in a panic to get to Nashville.
Yeah. Because Melissa was like, they haven't left yet?
And I was like,
maybe they're just going to the reception.
Nashville?
Because
why did you think it was in Nashville?
I guess because his bachelor party and everything was out there. I don't know. Yeah. For some reason, it made sense to me that they would have, a wedding in Nashville.
Okay.
Or outside of Nashville.
Okay. Well, it definitely was outside of Nashville.
Because I figured, you could have said, I've never heard of Crofton before.
No. Because that's how I responded. I was like, it's in Crofton.
So you said, I've had that save the date on my fridge for so long. We went, we looked at houses, and then we came back, and I was like, oh, let me go ahead and put this in. And I pulled up my GPS, just read the address, Pleasant View, whatever, and I put that in, it immediately routes me to a town 20 minutes outside of Nashville. I was like, oh, fuck. Because normally it always takes you to the closest one. It didn't give me like an option of lists or like ones I could choose.
You need to get off MapQuest, dog.
It just took me.
It's time to upgrade.
I printed them out and I fucking left.
It's time to upgrade.
No, and I was like, oh shit, this is like 2 hours and 20 minutes away, and we will barely get there if we leave right now. So we jumped in the car and fucking took off. And I was texting Sean Muldowney the whole time I was there. I was like, I'm gonna be late, but I just want to let somebody know that I'm gonna get there. So I got to the address right at 5 o'clock. And it's in the middle of nowhere. And or I thought maybe you drive down some of these paths to a barn, something like that.
Maybe you pay this old guy milking a cow.
Yep.
$5. He lets you in.
Give him a gold doubloon, and across the stream.
He gives you raw milk that you have to trade to the old woman sweeping her porch across the river.
Gives you a honeycomb. Use the honeycomb to go over.
Yeah. It's too
Eventually,
long
I would have gotten
question.
a shovel.
Yeah. 100%. Or an axe to chop down the log that was blocking your path.
But then it's like, okay, well, pull this back up. And Melissa pulls that up to put in the address again or see if there's a number she can call. And that's when she sees Crofton, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And she immediately starts laughing. Like, what? She's like, she puts in the address correctly this time. Like an hour and 45 minutes back to the way we came in.
Yeah.
It was only 30 minutes from my house.
Oh, yeah. It was 30 minutes from your house? Mm-hmm. Good Lord. No, that's not right.
That's not right?
No,
See, I'm still not right.
That is not right. Know. I was trying to I was like, well, you do live actually farther away from it than I do, kind of, sort of. It took me about an hour and a half to get there. So if you're 30 minutes away.
So we were at like
it was
a
the wrong
little after
address
5
again.
and then had to go an hour and a half back.
Yeah.
And I asked Sean, it's like, when are you leaving? He's like, right after this, like about 8. So I was like, okay, by the time I make it back, I will have missed everything.
Everyone cleared out about 8:30, 9 o'clock. That go around sometime around then. So yeah.
So I was like, you want to stay the night in Nashville then? She's like, yep. So that's what we did.
Cool. I made it. GPS worked fine.
We tried. I spent all the resources to go to your wedding and just didn't get to. So my apologies.
Well, I mean, I seriously get off MapQuest, get like a solid Google Maps, or I don't know what's built into the. You got a Samsung, right? What's built into that MapQuest?
Google Maps.
Google Maps.
So maybe I should use Waze.
All right. Yeah, Waze. I'm not familiar with that. Is that a rapper?
It's the
Waze.
He just tells you where to go.
That is a rapper, isn't it? WAZE. I think it is.
Probably.
I don't know. Damn it, we had Waze
everything's
rap snacks.
A rapper.
I don't know. Or it might be like some kind of music device or something. I don't know. Or maps, like you said.
But yeah, that's what I've heard is like, if you don't know where you're going, it's good and it'll tell you where like speed traps are and stuff like that.
Nice.
But it gets mixed. I hear that it takes you way out of the way in some circumstances. So
does anyone use radar detectors anymore? Remember when that was like really big? I felt like it was really big when I was a kid.
I remember Brennan had one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But that was a while back.
That was a long time ago.
So I don't know. Do they just not work anymore, or are they illegal? They're probably illegal.
They might be illegal.
I remember getting pulled over, my dad getting pulled over when we were making trips as a kid. Because some states they were legal and some states they were illegal. We always got pulled over in the illegal states.
Yep.
So not the illegal states. The states were legal, but the states in which the radar detectors.
Puerto Rico.
Right, yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Guam.
Right. The wedding was nice. It was really cool because Kyle and Ryan of Experience Grind, they were there. And
yeah, I would have liked to have seen them and Sean. But.
Sean from Nerdy Thursday was there. Pinball Archmage, Chris Edler, and Heather of a podcast soon to be named were there. So that was a joke. It was a dry joke. But I don't know. Maybe it's not a joke. Maybe they are going to start their own show.
That's a pretty good podcast name.
So, yeah. Well, I can't even remember what it was. What was it?
A podcast soon to be named.
A podcast soon to be. That's probably taken. So, yeah, it was fun. Nikki and I went. Henry got to play with a bunch of kids, which was cool. He was talking about cake all day, and it was one of those things where it's like, well, you know what? There's going to be cake at this wedding, and it was just cake obsession. My Exalted Lord Micah Purdue had a cool groom's cake. That's what they call them, right? He had a cool groom's cake that was shaped like an NES controller, and that was cool.
Okay.
And then they had a nice big pink cake. And Henry got a slice of both. And he was up until like midnight. We were like, well, he'll probably fall asleep on the way home. He did not. But he was good. He was a good boy. Good boy.
Yeah, good boy.
Yeah. So I'm sorry you got lost.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to stay in Nashville.
Well, it's not a good time
so
in
that sounds
Nashville,
fun.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Just an apology and a story.
My name is Dave, and that's all I got, too, is that I went to a wedding.
Cool. Good weeks. Good weeks.
I didn't dance at all. Not a lot of dancers at Exalted Lord Micah Purdue's reception. So I don't know if like that he like curated his friends and family that way, where it's like, I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be with a dancing crowd. So
invite only the non-dancers.
Yeah, really, yeah. He meticulously went to the guest list and was like, I don't know. I saw this guy do the Cabbage Patch once when I was in middle school, so you get out.
So, I mean, I would have danced, so he probably sent me an invitation that had Crofton, Tennessee on it.
Probably.
Knowing that I would get lost.
Yes. Had that one made special for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that way I was still invited, but I wasn't going to come. Yeah. I see what all right, I take my apology back, Micah. This is all your fault.
It's his fault. Yeah, it's 100% his fault. If you, for future wedding invitations, please make sure to send us both invitations with the wrong address on it.
So, is that all we got? Is that all we got?
Yeah, man. I mean, I can make shit up if you want.
Nah, it's okay.
I'm like the senior designer at work now, so that's kind of not great.
Are you making that up? You just said I could make shit up. I'm the senior designer at work.
Maybe. Maybe I am.
don't know.
I've also been drawing shitty tattoos on myself with permanent marker. Don't worry. Permanent marker. They don't last long, which is not very. They are not very permanent. I've been very bummed out because.
You think about getting a tattoo then? Think about getting a tattoo?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I think I want to get like probably something that doesn't mean anything. I think is probably the route that I need to go.
Okay.
Because I obsess about it. And I've learned recently from my boss at work that it's like he's got a bunch of shitty tattoos. And like that's not me saying that. That's him. That's like him saying it. He's got a bunch of shitty tattoos. He was like a punk rocker and like he had a whole bunch of friends who were either amateur tattoo artists or working their way to professional tattoo artists. So he's got a whole bunch of tattoos where it's like he's like they're shitty tattoos, but they mean a lot to me because like I remember where I was and like who did it and like there's a story behind it. I was like, well, that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. And Nikki's kind of the same way because she's got she has a couple tattoos and it's like those are like she like when I told her what my boss said, she's like, yeah, that like totally makes sense. So it's like, oh, that's cool. So it doesn't have to be like, you know, something that it can be bad. Oh, you're allowed for these to be bad? That's kind of fun.
See, because Melissa and I were talking because she, of course, has my name, and then I have our wedding ring tattooed on. So I feel like
she stole your name. I was confused by that. Her tattoo is your name.
Yes. So like I have a tattoo that is symbolic of us, and she has a tattoo that's more symbolic of her love for me.
Yeah, I just want a cheetah or something.
I need to get something that's symbolic of my love for her, and she should get something else that's symbolic of us. So we're talking about what to do.
I see. I think you should just get a hamburger or something. I think that, yeah, I mean, that's probably what I'm going to do, like a hamburger on my forearm or something.
Okay.
Or like probably a cheeseburger, because I do like cheese on there. Maybe some pickles and onions, because I also like that on there too.
To give it, so whenever somebody at a fast food restaurant asks you how you like your burger, you just
show it to them. Actually, that would be really cool.
Make it look like this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you could make it look like this. Also, right underneath it, it's like a Charlotte's Web kind of thing. It says, well done. But actually, that's not, that wouldn't work out because
medium rare.
I do like a medium rare. Yeah. Yeah, medium rare is what my tramp stamp says. As in, rarely do I let medium-sized penises anywhere below this tramp stamp. Rarely. Occasionally.
Rarely do I let medium penis.
Or it's like when you fill out a questionnaire and it's like seldom, never, frequently. That's out of order. What is it? Always, frequently, sometimes, seldom, never.
Yep.
And I can just fill it out however I'm feeling that day. They're not bubbled. The bubble isn't filled in. I just get to fill it in.
You just get a permanent marker. You can put a little X on there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to a concert tonight, and I'm feeling seldom.
Or get the the mood, like this, all the emoticons for moods on your forearm, and then that way people know that they should approach you or not. You just circle
cover
which
'em
one
up.
you're feeling.
Yeah.
So you circle the red one if you're mad, and
Yeah.
just like people walk in, you just show 'em.
Right, which will be really helpful because I do not have expressions.
Yeah, not at all.
So I mean, that would actually be really good.
Not since you lost your eyebrows in that accident.
No, God,
It's very hard to tell.
my eyebrows are actually like Venom symbiote. So it is true. I don't have my natural eyebrows, but when I did go to space to fight a war with other Daves, I did come back with symbiotic eyebrows, which one day will probably turn on me, and then
War on Infinite Daves. It was
War on Infinite Daves, is actually the name of the game that I'm going to make. Where I'm going to take it's going to be like an extended Kids in the Hall bit, all the Daves I know, but it's going to be like famous Daves, and they're all going to be in this game.
oh, perfect.
And we're all fighting each other on a gigantic Galactus-sized David Allen Greer.
Okay, so so it can be a David, not just like people who go as Dave or David.
Well,
free game.
Yeah, I think I think it's free game. You could be David or Dave's. That's probably what the war is all about.
Oh, okay. Are you Dave's or David?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I'd be like a turncoat because like, actually, good Lord, I'd be like a double agent because I go by David depending on
Professionally?
the professional environment. But it's not actually, I don't know if I've told this story before.
So then you'd have to come to me, who I would use my magic to split you into the two Daves, Professional Dave and Fun Dave.
Yeah.
So Professional David and Fun Dave.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but that is alcohol's job, not yours.
That's my magic.
I'm so sorry.
That's why I encourage you to drink, so you're the most fun drunk.
Yeah. I am pretty fun drunk, so
Yeah, you and Melissa are my favorite drunks ever.
yeah. When I'm drunk, I do mark seldom. Seldom.
So you, Dave Foley, David Allen Greer,
David Cross. Yeah.
Dave from Wendy's.
This is going to be the next. Yeah, Dave Thomas. Come on, you can't just Dave from
Thomas,
Wendy's it.
Dave from Wendy's.
And also Dave Thomas from
David
Whose
Tell.
Line Is It Anyway? They're both Dave Thomas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think they're both Dave Thomases. Yeah, Dave Attell, Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
David Allen Greer, already been there. There are a bunch of. There's
David the Gnome.
David the Gnome, yeah, for sure. Man, it's gonna suck fighting him. But he doesn't get swift.
King Dave from the Bible.
King David, yeah. Is King David from David and Goliath?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Do you get he has two forms
Yeah, there you go.
because he's known like
He's got President King.
Yeah.
There are also two Daves there.
Right, yeah. And that's all the Daves in the world.
Yeah, that's
We
it.
just named all of
That's
them.
it.
Every single one of them. Well, except for David Schwimmer. But he's a secret. He's a hidden character. You have to unlock him. Actually, David the Gnome, because he doesn't have Swift the Fox, he rides in
He
on
rides
David
Dave
Schwimmer. Yeah, he does. He rides on David Schwimmer. It's not a good look, but hey, I like to see David Schwimmer get work.
So let's see. I'm just gonna Google Famous Dave's. There's also a restaurant called Famous Dave's, so I guess that's also
Right,
where-
the restaurant's there too. The Famous Dave's is actually the headquarter of the Daves.
David Bowie is there.
Is he? Is he?
Yeah.
All right. The ghost of. He's like a Jedi ghost. Sorry, I like David Bowie, but since he's going to be on the David side, I need him to be a Jedi ghost.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Well, so is Dave Thomas then as well?
Well, now you're just cheating. Now you're looking up Daves. It's not.
Oh yeah, I have to see. Who did we forget?
No one. We got all the Daves.
And let's see, King David, of course, number one.
We already mentioned it. Oh, according to who? BiblesRUs.com. Number one, David. King David.
And David Taylor. I don't know who David Taylor is.
Me neither.
David Robinson.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Played for the Spurs, part of the Dream Team.
Who put this? Google. They're giving you bad maps. They're giving us bad lists of Davids.
Because I want to put
Boycott Google. Hashtag
famous,
boycott Google.
Famous David. Famous David.
Famous David's is a restaurant, actually. It's a lot more formal than Famous Dave's.
Oh, shit. David Letterman.
David Hyde Pierce.
David Hyde Pierce. You're right. David Crane. David Letterman. David Niven. David Cassidy.
Don't know.
David Berkowitz.
I do know David
Son of
Berkowitz
Sam.
because of the dog that told me about him.
David Copperfield.
David Copperfield, yeah. Is he real?
No. So he's not on it. Not real. David Beckham.
Are we letting fake Daves in?
And so far, they've all been real.
So I think
David the Gnome.
I think they have to be real. Yeah, David the Gnome is real.
It's an obvious one. Super obvious one. Cut it out.
Oh, Dave Coulier.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah. Oh, one of our favorite authors.
Michael Crichton David.
Me Talk Pretty One Day.
Oh, David Sedaris.
David Sedaris.
What about Larry David? Does he count?
Yes.
Okay.
Larry David counts.
Larry David counts.
He's there, but he has to stand backwards.
He has to stay. Yeah, right. He fights blindfolded. Also,
I'm only a part David.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. He's like a half orc. In the Orc Goblin War, he's a halp orc.
David Duchovny.
Yeah, David Duchovny. Okay, yeah. Can't leave out David Dukakis.
Yeah. David Petraeus.
I don't know who that is. That sounds like a Harry Potter character.
He was a general in the Iraq War.
Oh well, I don't keep up with my wars.
See more. I feel like we're getting down to the bottom of the barrel. David.
I'm not on there yet. What the fuck?
Yeah, David Tennant.
Oh, David Tennant. Yeah. You ever think he goes by Dave? Probably not. He does not strike me as a dude who would go as Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him a lot, but
David Lee Roth.
Yeah, but he definitely would go by Dave.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole Dave TV stuff.
Well, Dave Barry.
Who is Dave Barry?
He's a writer.
I know Chuck Berry. They're brothers?
Yep.
Good.
David Hasselhoff.
Oh, yeah, the Hoff.
Mm-hmm. David Blaine, another magician. Copperfield and Blaine, both David.
You know, we do have the corner on magicians, on the art of illusion.
Finally, Larry David mentioned in this group of Davids.
I love that he's. You know what's great? I never really thought about this before. My dad's name is David, and his brother's name was Larry. So between the two of them, they were Larry David.
Damn. David Spade.
Oh yeah, David Spade.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, any other Davids?
I don't know, but I do feel like we're running out of gas.
We are a little bit.
You got some coal to put in the furnace to keep us going, or are we done?
David Frost.
Who is David Frost? Is he the
Frost versus Nixon?
Oh, okay, all right. This has quickly turned into me asking you who people are. I don't feel like it's fair.
David Carradine.
Yeah.
He could choke everybody to death.
He's also a Jedi ghost. But if he's choking people to death, he's a Sith.
David Arquette.
David Arquette.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, this joke is so 3 minutes ago.
It was interesting though to see all the Davids.
I do like to, yeah, I know. We got to check in.
Davids.
Got to check in with the Davids every now and then. You have to. It's a requirement. I take it back. I'm not allowed to tell you about that. Sorry.
I'm not David.
Never mind. Sorry.
Or you can say it only in the frequency that only Davids can understand.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So the only other person that listens to this podcast can understand you is Cousin David.
We don't. Yeah, well, because most famous David to me because he pays me directly, and that's nice. He is my employer. Yeah, and we can't speak on a different frequency. That's
how anxious was he that we were going to forget him this whole time of naming all these Davids?
Oh God! Now we got to think about all the Davids in the nation. It's just me and my cousin David. I think. Yep. Do we have any Davids? Rise up! Let your voice be heard.
Yeah.
We have a really cool battle cry. I wish I could share it with you.
Yeah, I wish you could too, but I don't want to go to battle.
Yeah,
I don't want to battle you.
Well, that's nice. That's good. Yeah. No one wants to battle. It's no one wants to battle the Daves.
You've got that one level barbarian. I've seen it.
I have more than one. I do. I have more than one level of barbarian. Although, can you in D&D ever? I guess with DM's permission. With DM's permission, I've actually turned in some of my levels of barbarian for levels in regular guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it's not like a glamorous class or anything, but it is more emotionally sound. So that's nice.
This is a good weird tangent.
I mean, you want to talk about?
I mean, we could do a whole episode. We'll just call this one David.
Want to talk about my anger issues? Then we can.
I feel those have been You're a much calmer person than I feel like you used to be.
And those stories have pretty much been peppered throughout our 5.5 years of recording. So that's how I feel about Frasier as well. It was mentioned on Tadpog Nation earlier that we should do a Patreon episode on Frasier. And it's like, that sounds like a great idea. However, all we're going to do is go back and pull everything we've mentioned about
I'll have
Frasier.
my brother do a supercut
And just, and just put it all together, because it's like, you've already got it. You just don't realize it. It's just been like 3 minutes here, 2 minutes there. What am I kidding? 40 minutes here. So I feel like we've already done it. But I don't know. If it's what that one person wants, I feel like we need to deliver it to everybody.
I agree.
I wish I could remember who requested it, but I can't. I'm sorry.
Not a David, so it's fine.
Not a David.
Hey, do you hear that?
No, I don't. What is it? Is this how improv goes? It goes?
Yep.
Is this how it goes?
Is that how it goes? No, I have a gun.
Right.
Thank you, Michael Scott. Thank you.
I don't hear that. What is it, Tyler?
I'm looking forward to my next in-service meeting at work, because it's about fire safety.
Because you are bringing a gun?
Because I'm bringing a gun. It's about fire safety, so I'm going to show the fire drill from The Office to everyone.
That's an early episode, is it not? Yeah. Because that's like season 1, isn't it?
I don't think it's season 1.
Is it season 2?
It might be
it's
season 2.
It's real early.
2 or 3.
Is it? No, there's no way
it's
3. You're talking about the fire episode, right?
No, the fire drill where Dwight jams all the doors and uses the torches on the door handles and then lights a fire. Everybody freaks out. Stanley has a heart attack.
Maybe that is season 3. I was thinking you were meaning the episode where Ryan started
the fire.
Right, exactly. Which I do think is the end of season 1, but I'm not sure.
It might be.
Because I think he was still temp.
Who started the temp?
Because I think it is season 1, because he says that he does not want to be the guy for anything. And that's the episode where he becomes
the guy who started the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the Davids in this room going along with the improv. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that is. Oh, it is? Okay, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. It's a website. Have you heard of it? Got a lot of information on there. Some of it's not accurate.
Not a source you can use in a paper.
Yeah. Can students now use it in papers?
I don't think so.
Really? All right. I get it. I mean, I
haven't written a paper in a while. I need to.
I refuse to.
I need to log on to my master's. It's self-paced, and I haven't checked in on that in a while, and I need to.
Yeah. Anything that's self-paced.
I've got 3 years.
You have to do it in 3 years? Oh, that part does suck.
Well, I mean, my boss's boss did it in 45 days. So
I was hoping you were going to say minutes. When you said 45, I was like, please,
done.
Lord, let the next word be minutes. We need you to write your essay on why we should give you a degree in 45 minutes. Well, because I'm here.
You have my money.
Yeah, right. I thought we had an arrangement. All right, everybody. Duke Nukem 3D is a first-person shooter, not a first-person shooter, a first-person shooter video game developed by 3D Realms and published by GT Interactive Software. It is a sequel to the platformers Duke Nukem and Duke Nukem 2, which were, it says published by 3D Realms, but I think at the time they were Apogee Software. See, this is why they don't let you use Wikipedia for papers.
Yep.
Because random dudes like me, actually, I don't know if I was right. I'm talking like I'm super right. I might be wrong. But anyway, that's it.
There you go. All right.
I mean, there's more, but it's like, I feel like it's stuff that we're going to get into.
Yep.
And I don't like to undercut our comedic facts with Wikipedia.
Real facts.
With true facts. Maybe we could be Wikipedia.
Our stew of alternate facts.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But this, because this came out in 1996.
It did.
So I was like 12. So I met Melissa the same year.
Then
Duke Nukem came out.
I'm sure you guys talked about it a lot.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
You were like, "Hail to the king, baby." Right?
She was like, "Fuck you." I'm like, "You're going to marry me in 20 years." So
yeah, it would be cool if you from the future stumbled in on your first interactions. Like, okay, so true facts. Like if you could time travel once, it would probably be to do that, right?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, otherwise you clearly.
And then it'd be like, don't tell her you masturbate to her for like another 20 years. Then tell her. Then she'll think it's sweet. If you tell her right now, she's not going to think it's sweet.
Wait, she'll think it's sweet in 20 years?
Oh, yeah. I've told her now, like, oh, yeah, I used to jerk off you like all the time. She's like,
jerk off to you. I thought you were just talking about like, I love your first interaction being like, I masturbate a lot. Hi, I'm Tyler.
Because I remember Melissa was also very confused.
I think about you a lot when I'm home alone.
When my wiener gets hard.
But I'm glad we can finally get the opportunity to meet. I feel like I owe you a lot of money. Also a great thing to say.
You want an extra orange juice with your lunch? I feel like I owe you this.
Come sit next to me.
Here's some rolls.
Oh, you guys had orange juice? That's nice. Mm-hmm. That's fancy.
You could either get a bag of white milk, a bag of chocolate milk, or one small orange juice.
Wow, man, y'all had orange juice. That's wild.
Yep.
We only had the white milk and chocolate milk.
But I mean, to beat a substantial amount of orange juice, you had to buy like 2 or 3 because they were very small cartons.
Oh yeah.
So you could have the rich kids because they would have like 3 orange juices on their trays. Yeah.
Well, I didn't even have the option. We did get Chick-fil-A sandwiches on Fridays that we could buy.
That's pretty impressive.
That was neat. I think it was the school being like, everybody's leaving at lunch and they're not supposed to. There hasn't been like a school shooting yet, so we have no way of enforcing children being on the campus.
People don't really care yet, so chicken.
But I do feel like once those school shootings ramped up, they were like, now we have an excuse to keep them here to eat our shitty food.
Now it's a prison.
Right, exactly. Check in, check out. You got your badge?
We have this stoplight in here when it's red. No talking in the cafeteria. Everybody shut the fuck up.
Right. Also, to survive this experience, you're all going to have to group together, preferably by race.
Because I remember the first time, like, Melissa was hanging out with all of us, and she was very surprised about, like, the amount of open talk there was about masturbation.
Oh, it's like school and stuff?
I was like, yeah, like, everybody does it. She's like, I don't know. I was like, oh, yeah, everybody does it. But you guys seem, like, proud of it. I was like, I don't think we're proud of it, but, like, it's just a thing. It's just a thing everybody did, and we made it into a joke. She's like, see, people I used to hang out with, like, no one ever talked about it. Like, it was a shameful thing. It's like, if you're not fucking a girl and you're having to jerk off, you're a loser. And I was like,
yeah? And?
I don't know.
So what?
I guess we don't fuck enough girls, so we're all just like, you jerk it? Yeah. All right, cool.
All right, sweet. We're friends
make jokes
now.
about it.
Want to play Magic the Gathering? Yes. Yeah, I do.
You want to line up single file so none of us can see each other's dicks and jerk off?
Of course I do. Would you like to create a universe out of Lego characters? Yes.
You want to draw a book of swords? Mm-hmm.
You betcha. Would you like to spend a whole summer trying to unlock Kefka or General Leo for your party?
Following random rumors on the internet?
Uh-huh. I would like to do that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that everything leading up to me getting a car was actually just like practice. Like, I was not ready when I got a car. I was like, all right, I got a car. Here comes the sex, right? Ah, shit. You mean I've been fucking up all along? It's like a slow build? Damn it.
Oh, I guess I'll just take off this personalized pussy mobile license plate.
No, I left it on. Did you know I had fuzzy dice in the rearview mirror for real?
Love it. I love when little things like that come out about you.
Yeah. I can tell you all kinds of things. Mm-hmm. You remember that summer where swing music was like really big?
Yeah.
I was way into that, dude.
Oh.
Royal Crown Review and like all that, man. Like, you bet.
Zoot Riot.
Yep. Yeah. I was into like Squirrel Nut Zippers, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, man. And it set me down a path of, I was ska curious for a while. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not going to lie, like, I still like ska, but like, I can listen to ska in like short bursts. And it's like, that is enough ska. You know, it's like, there we go. Time to change it. Cause it's like, there's decent ska and there's bad ska. There's not, I wouldn't say there's really good ska. Like, the better ska is like every song doesn't sound the same. That is cool. Because it's like kind of like a rigid formula that they gotta, I feel like they gotta do, you know? And it's like, well, this time we're not gonna emphasize the upbeats. And then all of a sudden it's like not ska anymore. So it's like, whatever.
I mean, you know, you're a ska scientist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've majored in ska. Actually, I was featured in a major motion picture, Scarface. You're welcome.
Nice.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah. Because what was it? Melissa and I were laying in bed. We were talking about how we were
How often you masturbated
How often I
in middle school?
masturbated. Yeah. I did. Like I told her, I was like, I used to jerk off to you a lot.
A lot.
She's like, that's really sweet. Like, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I guess it's sweet, like the sheer amount that it was. But okay.
I also collected all of it. Collected all of what? Never mind.
Push his jar back under bed.
10-year anniversary present.
Oh, we were laying in bed. Just for your pun, we were laying in bed. We were talking about buying a house, and we were worried about rushing into it. And we were laying there, and I was rubbing her back, and she was just like, "I just feel like we're just rushing it." And she's like, "Oh, we're not rushing." And I was like, "You're right. We're American."
That's good.
And that one took her completely out of the blue.
For the longest time, have you ever heard the phrase, "I have to piss like a rushing racehorse"? Have you ever heard that?
I've heard racehorse, but not Russian racehorse.
I always heard it rushing, but my brain always turned it in. Well, because I lived in the South, it didn't come out rushing, it came out Russian. So at one point, I had a friend who used to always say it, and at one point I asked him, why does it have to be a Russian racehorse? And then it was a who's on first scenario where he thought that I was saying, because he's like, because they got to pee real bad, so they're Russian. And I was like, do Russians have to pee a lot or something?
Why didn't they call them Europeans?
Right. Yeah, right. Is this some kind of Cold War statement? You know what isn't a Cold War statement?
Duke Nukem.
Or maybe it is. I don't know. It might be.
I feel like it's a very 90s statement.
It is a very 90s statement. This is a game that, like, okay, I don't think this game holds up. I do not think this game holds up.
I mean, I had fun. Like, I played this game a lot in 1996. I played it on DOS.
Nice.
I beat it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You've played it way more than I have then.
I mean, I don't remember shit about it whenever I sat down to play it again.
I was about to say, you were going to carry this episode then.
Nor did I remember it being as hard as it is.
Yeah. Duke Nukem dies real fast.
Oh, yeah.
Is the problem.
Oh, yeah. He gets hit by like 2 shotgun blasts to the face, and he's dead.
The shotguns, the shotguns from the pig cops, yeah, they're the worst.
I did not remember them being that strong, but I probably just turned on God mode and beat it in 96, but I didn't care.
That does make sense. That does sound like something a 90s kid would do. It is definitely something that I would do. My experience with the game was almost exclusively Duke Match. Do you remember Duke Match?
I never played like that, ever.
It was their death match where you're all different dukes duking it out. And that's pretty much that was a joke. You got it.
Man,
Pieced it together. I know it was complicated. But yeah, that is straight up like pretty much my extent. I maybe played like I played up until the strippers in the red light district, which is level 2 of the game. And then it was like, cool. That's pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that was the big thing.
Shake told me about that. Yeah. I remember I played to that, was a little disappointed because they got tassels on. Yeah. I mean, I made it work. I still jerked off. Hitting the engage button or whatever and handing her 100.
You at 12 years old flipping a coin. Do I jerk it to that girl Melissa or the stripper in Duke Nukem? Tails. All right. Booting it up.
Edge. Both it is.
Damn, I've never seen a coin land on the edge like that.
But yeah, that's my most vivid memory of Duke Nukem is getting to that point so I could jerk off to the stripper.
That's the most like that. I feel like whenever I think of Duke Nukem, I think of the strippers because like they're not only in that level, they're all over. There's strippers everywhere.
But are they aliens? They're aliens, aren't they? All the strippers.
I don't know
because I know you can find secret areas and look like they're growing human girls and pods.
Those are babes that have been captured by the aliens.
Okay.
And when you go to speak to them, they say, "Kill me." And then you do, because you kill a lot of women in this game. Like a lot.
You give them money to show them your tits, or you kill them.
Or you do both.
Like most men in the Midwest.
Right. Or you do both. It is a weird game to play. Like, it's a very weird game to play now, when I'm 36 years old.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it's very bizarre, because it's like...
It's hard to play woke.
It really is. I mean, it's like... I think it's fair to say, when this game came out, I was 15. That's not fair to say. That's just a fact. But I think it's fair to say that my, like, outlook on life has changed significantly.
I mean, back then,
In the
the 90s, and you're like 13.
Oh, I
through
fucking
16,
loved this game, dude.
It was amazing.
I loved everything about it. I love the idea of it, but it's like it's impossible to get this game now. Like to understand this game now. Like this game, like in order to be fully enjoyed, has to be played in 1996 for 5 months until Quake came out. Because all I could think of when I was playing this game is, I wish this was Quake.
Yeah, when Quake came out, that was it. Because I loved Duke Nukem, and then Shake introduced me to Quake, and I fucking loved Quake. And then I was like, all right, on to Unreal Tournament. That's where it stopped. Unreal
Tournament was rough. It was just a tougher game.
That was my first multiplayer experience.
Yeah. Oh, Unreal Tournament
and
multiplayer was like
3 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Done.
Oh yeah. That's just how it was.
Yep.
Yeah. Totally. I'm with you because I rode that train for like a day, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. Quake 2 it is. Back on that Quake train, baby.
Because Quake was fun. Like,
oh, I loved Quake.
Shub Nigraf, like figure out how to like. I love Quake. We'll have to do Quake.
We do need to do a Quake episode sometime in the future. Because, like, I kind of like, okay, so we've talked about this before. Like, when I was in middle school, it was always like SNES or Genesis. Like, that was the argument. Always back and forth. Mario or Sonic? Aladdin? SNES or Aladdin Genesis? Like, it was constantly like, that was always the big debate. You had the SNES kids and you had the Genesis kids. When I was in high school, it was Duke Nukem or Quake. Like that for a year, and then it was just, Quake.
We concede.
We concede, yeah. But it's like...
But that sequel's coming, though. Just you wait.
Yeah, I know, right? But, did you play... have you played Duke Nukem Forever?
I have not.
I haven't either, which sucks because I do wish that we could at least talk about like how the game is. I have... maybe in the future. Maybe
everyone has said it's awful. I can't attest to that. I have not played it, but
yeah, I know it was panned like critically, like the moment it came out. Like it came out, and everyone, like all the critics were like, "Meh, garbage."
I mean, they probably tried to keep the '90s aesthetic, which does not work anymore.
I've seen a little bit of it, and it is like I don't know. They try to keep the same attitude, which I do think is really tough to do outside of the 90s. Because like what? Now I'm just talking on my ass. Like Duke Nukem Forever came out in what, 2011 or something like that. I mean, it was like
it was a long. I mean,
it was late.
Yeah, I mean I know it was just like development hell.
Oh yeah,
just pressure, and then the creators of Duke Nukem are under the same amount of pressure as George R.R. Martin, where it's more like it's probably not going to happen. It's too much pressure to fail, so it's just not going to happen.
Like. I hate to be the guy in the room that loves Quake, but it was probably because of Quake.
Oh, yeah. So how are we going to up Duke Nukem enough?
And then Half-Life comes out, and it's like, shit, what are we going to do? Because it's like Half-Life was like, I feel like Quake was a revolutionary first-person shooter. Because, I mean, like, that was revolutionary. And then I feel like Half-Life was the next revolutionary first-person shooter. Duke Nukem 3D, I feel like, was the kind of the tail end of like the Wolfenstein 3D Doom era of first-person shooters. Now, please don't get me wrong. I think Duke Nukem 3D did a lot of cool stuff that those other games didn't do. Even Quake, like Duke Nukem. This is the best thing about Duke Nukem 3D. Is the fact that the game has personality.
Yeah.
Like, and that is the selling point of the game for me. Like that is the best quality of Duke Nukem 3D is the fact that Duke has a personality. And it's like, it may not fit with 2018 or anything, but like Duke has a personality. Like they were not, 3D Realms was not afraid to be like, well, this is like, this is Duke. This is his personality. Also, it's like I didn't realize as a kid that a lot of this was tongue in cheek. I assume that it was. I mean, it has to have been because it's like everything's a parody of something, and it's like there are a lot of pop culture references in the game that kind of allude to the fact that it's like this isn't a serious game. This is not a game that is meant to be taken seriously, like Quake or Half-Life later on.
Fucking super serious.
Quake is, and it's like I feel like that might be like a detriment to Quake is how seriously it takes itself.
Or it's just like, what if Doom were funny?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Duke Nukem.
And I found this out. I can't verify if it was true or not, but what I've heard is that, okay, so going in with the Duke Nukem, like, I think its strongest point is the personality that the whole game has, but the main character, Duke, has personality as well. And that's like a step forward from BJ and Wolfenstein 3D. He's just a dude with a gun. The Doom Marine, silent dude with a gun. I mean, like, there's a story, but it's like, okay, like, all right, he's just a dude. But it's like Duke has a personality, and it's like a lot of that personality comes from John St. John, the voice actor. And it's like, okay, so back to when I started this, I learned that Duke, up until like the late development stages, was not going to be voice acted. This game would have been really bad, I feel like. Because, like, John St. John, like, Duke's voice and, like, the shit that he says is 100% necessary. Like, it is 100% necessary. This game, I'm sure, like, in that, I feel like that is the reason that this game is still talked about and loved today. Is because of that, because of the voice acting. And
you
it's
still
like,
don't see it a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's very true.
Gordon Freeman is silent. Like, there's not a lot of just like the first-person shooters that have a lot of voice acting.
Yeah, I agree. Unless it's like, you know, like super, like Titanfall 2 or something like that, where they got, like, have a story to tell, and they're telling a story, and there's a lot of cinematics and stuff like that. Duke Nukem 3D, I think, is great because it gives you glimpse of personality and bits of humor, like, as you play the game. For me, I absolutely need that playing this game in 2018 because I think the level design in this game is very bad.
Whenever I opened it up and I was like, man, this is a lot of just open space with nothing in it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Level 1, okay, there's a big box. There's a fire hydrant. There's a door. Okay.
But see, what's crazy is that was a big deal in 1996 because, like, up until then, most first-person shooters are in these maze corridors, you know, where it's like there isn't a whole lot of realism to it. And Duke Nukem 3D brought some of that realism, which is really cool on one hand, but on the other hand, I agree. I think there were a lot of open spaces that made the game kind of boring. And like,
and the trope, and I still like makes me cringe. Color coded key cards.
I know, dude. And it's like key cards are like the bane of my FPS playing because it is straight up like this game killed me with the key cards because it is like what sucks in a first person shooter is killing everything and then wandering around a barren wasteland of no enemies, trying to find that one crack in the wall that you have to use a pipe bomb or fire a rocket at in order to, there's the key card. I really don't like that. And it's like, I get it. That's how they were at the time. Like, I get that. That doesn't mean that I have to like it, even if I was fine with it back then. I mean, viewing it like, let me put it this way. I don't fault Duke Nukem 3D for using it, but
they were in new territory. Like,
yeah. Absolutely. But I still think that as a core design concept, it's bad. And I'm glad that we're, for the most part, you know, moved away from that. I honestly, I would have been okay with, I think they could have fixed it if it's like enemies respawn. Then all of a sudden it's like, great, this is actually kind of fun because I still feel like I am killing shit, which is why I am here playing this game, is to kill shit. Like, that's what first-person shooters are all about.
And I did have fun with this game. Like, I was legitimately like, I could keep playing this. This is still like, yeah, it's no modern FPS, but I haven't played a good first-person shooter in a long time. It feels like it's been years since I've sat down and really got immersed in a first-person shooter, and I fucking love them. When they're good, God, I fucking love them.
Yeah.
So it was nice. Like, I was entertained. I got fresh. I have, because I remember I tried to get the DOS box going, and I was like, this is a lot of work. Is there nothing on Steam?
I did get DOS box going for this game, and I went ahead and bought the game on Steam because I didn't like how it was running, and it was just kind of like, whatever. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Once I started trying to fuck with it, I didn't want to fuck with it. So then I found they have the Duke Nukem 20th Anniversary Edition or whatever. I bought that, And then when I went to my library to install it, I saw I already had Duke Nukem Megaton Edition. So very thankfully, Steam was like,
oh, nice. You're able to return it.
Just returned it immediately.
That's great, dude. That's great. I regret buying this game. I bought it. I bought it on sale for $15 for this episode. Because I was like, well, fuck it. I don't want to run this in DOSBox because it, like I said, it wasn't running well. And it's like, I know there's a newer version, and it's like, I should, this is a thing that is still available. It's, I should pay for this, And I do regret that decision because I got to level 4, which is not a good level. Not a good level. It involves some level design problems. The biggest of a lot of level 4 takes place in underwater after a submarine has sank involuntarily. I'd like to, because submarines do sometimes sink on purpose. And it was a lot of it takes place underwater, and the object is to keep raising the water level to find switches that you press to raise the water level over and over and over again. That's all.
Describing it sounds awful still. Like, that just sounds like Water Temple.
Yeah.
Fucking awful.
That is not a bad... Water Temple is not a bad comparison for this level. And even, like, I was playing it in Twitch, and I remember John in there was like, oh, man, I love this game, but this level sucks. And at the same breath, he was like, BRB. And it's like, I need help. So, yeah, I wandered around, like, for 35 to 40 fucking minutes. Like, what do? I don't know. And it's like, when you're underwater, okay, there are a bunch of items in the game that, like, inventory items that you use.
That are not explained well. I had to go through several different sites to figure out what the fuck I was doing. I played through most of the game without using any of it.
To be fair, in the game's defense, this was in the era where manuals came with the game. So this is very much a read the manual before you play the game.
I would have appreciated when you find the item, just have a little sentence at the very top.
I get it. I 100% agree with you. But I do think it's fair, like, to make a comparison, like, what Super Nintendo games in 1996 did that. I mean, it was also kind of along the same vein where it's like, it's either intuitive or it's not, and you need to read the manual. It's not intuitive in Duke Nukem 3D. You do need to read the manual. So it's tough to fault it, but at the same time, super annoyed by it.
I had no idea how to go underwater. In the submarine, I just had to jump off a high enough platform that I sank, and then I would just jump into the submarine.
It's not intuitive. You have to crouch in order to swim
and I didn't
under the water.
Crouch for the longest time. So until I had to get our red key card.
Sure. Yeah. And then you also jump to swim up. And it's like, once you're told that, it's like, oh, right. And it's like, it took me a minute too, because this game has mouse aim. So you move the mouse around, which is great. That's cool. This was one of the first games that I played that had, like a legit good mouse aim, which you can turn off for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I'm used to newer FPSs where it's like, well, I just point the mouse down. But no, I just was looking at the water for like a few minutes.
Duke Nukem is a ninja from the Hidden Leaf, and he has great chocolate control that he just can walk on the water just flawlessly.
That is, what's the town? The Hidden Leaf?
Hidden Leaf, or Konoha.
Is that where Jesus is from?
Yep.
Yeah.
The census that it called everybody back to their original hometown of Konoha. Yeah.
I want to do, I can't do it, but I would love to hire somebody to just put Jesus in Naruto. Like, he's never says anything. He's just like always like
he's in the background with like a ninja.
He just anytime there's water, Jesus is just walking across it with a fucking headband on his head.
Oh, a cross. Right. Instead of the leaf.
Oh, he's from the hidden city of Jerusalem. Spoilers, I don't know where Jesus is from. I hope I guessed correctly. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so in this level, you need scuba gear because you are underwater a lot. You're underwater a lot. And it's like, if you run out of scuba gear, like as you use it, there's a percentage and it like ticks down. If you run out of it, sorry about your luck. You are not going to finish this level. And it's like, it's game design stuff like that where it's like, oh, I fucking hate this. And it's tough for me to judge because it's like, again, in 1996, would that have bothered me? It would have annoyed me, but I would have been like, that's just how games are. Reload.
Yeah.
But like, it's really, really tough to go back to. And that's why I say that this game is a product of its time and it does not age well. It's tough to go back to.
I tried because the Megaton Edition does have where you can play the original DOS version. And that's what I tried to play. The only flaw, like, cause I was saying, I want to play through this like I played through it at first. The thing that really sucked is because it's very hard and I couldn't get the save function to work. So if I died, I started the level all over again. So the second level took me a fucking eternity. Because if I would just round the corner into a pig with a shotgun, I'm dead, start the whole thing over again.
Yeah, those pigs are really tough because of a little thing called hit scan. Hit scan is in a lot of, I mean, I don't know if anyone uses it. I'm sure it's still used in modern FPSs for different stuff. Hit scan is like the shotgun in Duke Nukem 3D works where it's like you pull the trigger and it does not matter where the enemy is. Like,
yeah, I've noticed I can fucking hit them from a far fucking away.
Very far away. As long as it's aimed at them and you pull the trigger, it instantly hits them. That's how hit scan works. And it's like, and this is like, that is why the fucking pig cops are like, they will tear through you because all the AI has to do is aim at you and you can't get out of the way. If they're aiming at you and firing, you are hit.
Yeah, and in the original, it does 50 points of damage.
Yeah.
Like, God, it was so fucking rough. And
it's tough. It is.
That's what, then eventually I got frustrated. I beat the second level on the original DOS and then died like as soon as you keep your health. So whenever, at the second level, you get captured and go to a prison.
Right.
And whenever you're in the prison, like as soon as you start off, you take damage. As soon as you start off that level, you're in the electric chair.
Yes.
And if you stand there like, what the fuck's going on? You're dead.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So as soon as that happened, I was like,
oh, yeah.
I'm doing this differently.
Oh, yeah,
I want to
dude.
be able to say, fuck this.
Let me tell you what happened to me. I beat the second level at 3 health. I streamed this on Twitch, by the way. There'll be a link to my worst Twitch stream ever. If you want to see me freaking the fuck out, what happened was I was raided on that 4th level by a streamer who is bigger than me. And like, she's really cool. And like, she popped in and we chatted, but like, it was straight up like, hi guys, I'm Dave. I do a podcast called TADPOG. I stream on Sundays, blah, 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 you know, all the regular stuff. And it's like, also, I have no idea what I'm fucking doing right now. And I'm very nervous because all of a sudden 25 new people have shown up and I've killed everything I can in this level. And it's me wandering around aimlessly. Like, are you guys entertained yet?
You guys will play Ghosts and Goblins? I do. Let's do that
right.
now.
Reset. Yeah, turn this off. Play Ghosts and Goblins. So, yeah, if you want to watch that atrocity, we'll have a link to that in the show notes. Or why not catch it live? Find us on Twitch. .tv.
Yeah, because you came out. I had just gotten to the 4th level when you came over. And as soon as you walked in, worst level in the game.
First thing I said, very like I was hi Tyler, nothing. It was just worst level in the game. Fucking hate this level. And like truly, that level turned me off to the game. Like that experience turned me off to the game so much that I was just like, well, I wish I could get my $15 back because I'd never want to play this game again.
So I would play it again. I enjoyed it. It was fun to go back for me. Once I played in Megaton Edition, which is slightly easier and the save function worked. So
that is good.
The graphics are a little improved. I had to crank the mouse sensitivity way the fuck down.
Sure.
But
down?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was nigh unplayable at first because I would just barely move and I'd flip all the way around.
You know that feeling you get when you realize that you've started 2 stories and finished none of them? I just had that feeling. If I could loop back around, if you don't mind, you were talking about how at the beginning of the 3rd level you start off in the electric chair. I finished the 2nd level with like 3 hit points. And then when the 3rd level started, died instantly. Yep. And it's like, well, I guess I'll just reload dead. And it's like, oh, my health carried over, and I keep dying over and over again. Well, that is fun.
All the shit no. Well, I guess they strip you your gear anyway. So
they do, yeah. You which is cool. That is cool. You know, the fact that like
I played for a while with just mighty kicks. I missed
I
the pistol in the very beginning. So I it took me a while
you're
of like
kicking
crouching
everything.
behind corners, run up, kick, run away.
Right.
Wait for them to creep around the corner, kick, dead.
I just like, because it's like, I love the fact that you can kick. I think it's great. Like the fact that you have a melee attack in the game, I think is great. And it's like, what is it, like Mighty Foot engaged or something like that? And I think that's really cool that it's like that it was nice. That's part of the personality, I feel like, because that easily could have been like you hitting them with your weapon or something like that. But the fact that you're kicking them
It's a
is
big boot.
Yeah, that's very, like, that has charm to it, and I do like
And they tie that into two different weapons too, like the shrink ray.
Yeah, there are a lot of
you
cool
shrink them down
weapons
and
in
then
this game.
stomp on them, and
Right.
then the freeze gun where you freeze them and then kick them and shatter them to pieces.
None of these I got to. I didn't get to any of the cool weapons because they show up later in the game.
I didn't get them to them now on this playthrough. As a kid, I got I beat it. I got them all, but
the coolest weapon I probably got was the chain gun cannon, which is
Yeah.
essentially a chain gun.
because RPG
minigun.
is like, if I'm not aiming at something way the fuck away,
Oh,
I'm
hi.
dead.
Do you want to kill yourself? Use the RPG.
Just almost anywhere.
Yeah.
You want to be slightly less deadly? Okay, pipe
Bomb. Yeah. All right. To finish my second story that I didn't finish. In that fourth level where you were trying water temple style, like trying to raise a fucking water level and shit like that, here's what happened to me. You got the scuba gear that ticks down. Well, I ran out. Oh, well.
Man.
Oh, well. Oh, I found hidden scuba gear. That's awesome. I blew up a wall, found hidden scuba gear. It's like, all right, we're back in business. But I still need to explore underwater and try to find what I'm missing. And it's like, that just ran out. And it's like, so neat because I need to go in the water and I have no way of breathing. Time to reload the game.
Oh, God.
And it's like, I keep going back to this. In 1996, not a problem.
I don't know. That's kind of like the Sparkster level shit that made me fucking lose my mind over Sparkster.
It's
that
frustrating.
one animation, restart the game.
It's frustrating. It is. It's frustrating.
And frustrating in the same sense with like Final Fantasy Tactics had a thing like that where you save before like an unwinnable battle, start your game fucking over.
Oh, yeah. I remember you warning me about that on my replay through of Final Fantasy Tactics.
Did that shit twice.
Yeah.
Fucking WeGraph.
It sucks. Stuff like that sucks. It's just like, it's either poor design or it is malicious design.
Yeah.
You know, it's a case of one or the other, I feel like. But there are other items other than the scuba gear that you can get. Like Hollow Duke was one that was big that I remembered because that was much more useful in multiplayer than it was in single player. It does not do a fucking thing in single player.
I think I tricked them like one time,
Good
maybe.
for you,
and then
man.
as soon as I take a step, they all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like Hollow Duke is a holographic projection of Duke Nukem. And it's like in multiplayer, it works because it's like someone comes around a corner, they see you and fire at it. Meanwhile, you're hiding behind a crate. You pop out, shoot them.
Yeah.
It's done. The AI, on the other hand, ain't fucking having it. They're like way smarter than a human.
Well, and then the jetpack.
The jetpack, which is,
Jetpack is
again, I
nice.
think that's cool because like the jetpack allows you to explore, and it, like the scuba gear, has like fuel that it uses. It has a meter that it uses, but I didn't run into any situation where it's like you have to use the jetpack for an extended amount of time, and you can't finish the level if you run out of fuel. Like I didn't run into any of those situations. They might exist later. I don't know.
They're what, your night vision goggles.
Right, which don't really do a whole lot other than show you hidden messages, they live style.
Your protective boots.
Yeah, which I didn't know what they did for the longest time until I walked over some like toxic water and it said
Protective boots on.
Right. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Then the first aid kit that you could use like a la carte. Basically,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
Steroids. What do steroids do?
Steroids make you faster. I would always accidentally use it because
Yep.
the hotkey is R, and I'm used to that being reload. So constantly, I'm
I
like
did that too.
R.
Yeah,
And I'm
that
super
makes
fast.
sense as to why. Yeah.
But they also apparently make your kicks more powerful, which makes sense because they're steroids.
Okay.
But meanwhile, I'm just freaking out because I'm using a resource,
Oh yeah.
which is
Oh,
driving
Dave's
me
nightmare.
crazy, and it's like I want to get the most out of it. So it's like, I got a speed boost. Run through everything. Like draw the attention of everything because I need to get as far as I can while I'm using
Is
it.
Duke Nukem the only male human in this game?
I don't know the answer to that.
Because there are plenty of aliens and there are plenty of women. And every piece of media you find, it's all bikini babes. In the library, or I guess then the movie theater, everything is just bikini babes.
Yeah,
you turn on the movie theater, it's a girl dancing. I enjoyed on the third level, the prison level. There's a secret access to the submarine through a poster in one of the prison cells.
Yes, Shawshank style.
Yeah, that was, of course, I didn't get that as a kid at all.
No,
now
me neither.
I do.
Yeah, absolutely. So. And that goes back to the pop culture references. Like that is truly one of my favorite things about this game. And it does go back to the personality of the game. Like this game is kind of not serious, and that's fine. Yeah. It's like there are a lot of games that are super serious, and it's even at this time, and it's like it's good to have a game like this that isn't so serious. I mean, the whole second level is the red light district, which is very not serious because, like we talked about, it's full of strippers. I don't know why they're not prostitutes. Can't go that far. You know what I mean? That's another thing that kind of bothers me, where it's like this game caused controversy. It caused controversy, and it's like, I get it, I guess, in 1996 that it would.
Controversy my parents never caught on to on this one.
Oh, really?
I played the shit out of Duke Nukem, and they never noticed.
You flew under the radar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Did they so they didn't turn the parental lock on?
Nope.
Which cleans the game up significantly. There's an N64 port for this game. Did you know that?
I saw that commercial. I didn't know until I saw that commercial you posted.
There's an N64 port for this game, and I found out about that while I was streaming. Someone in chat told me, and it was straight up like, well, I got to look into this. So I did today, and they changed the big change. Honestly, like I hate to be woke, y'all, but like it's a good fucking change. The only way to save women in the 1996 original version is to kill them. Like there's no and that is so weird. It like hung me up in the red light district because it's like in order to progress, in order to make enemies spawn, you have to kill strippers.
Yep.
And it's like I got hung up there because like I don't know what to do.
Yeah, because you shoot a stripper, and of course the aliens are mad. They're killing their strippers, so they start teleporting in.
So it is like it was weird because it's like it doesn't feel good to kill helpless women. Like that is not a good feeling. I can see why like adolescents in 1996 who are definitely playing Magic the Gathering and definitely masturbating and not having sex.
Yeah, show me your tits.
Right.
Oh, you have tassels on?
Right.
Bam.
Exactly. And I don't want to use the term toxic masculinity, but that is like 100% a case of toxic masculinity. Like that is the definition of it. So I'm going to step down off of that soapbox and get back in the mindset of 1996. It felt weird that I had to do that. But in the N64 version, you save them. You don't kill them. You go up to them and it says, "Babe saved." And they just kind of like disappear.
That is a good change.
That is a good change. Like, I know that's not edgy and hardcore, y'all. But it's like, at the same time, it's weird to me that in the original version, you kill women to progress in the game, yet you're not doing fucking cocaine, you're drinking alcohol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're not hard edge. You're not like the only thing that you're pushing hard is murdering women. You know? It's like Duke Nukem he's a badass, but he's kind of like, he is a safe badass because he's like drinking whiskey. He's not doing lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Instead of steroids, 8 balls.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. But then again, like I said, I have to put myself in that 1996 mindset. That is my biggest thing about this game is that you have to be in that mindset to get it. If you were born in the last 12 years, I don't know that you get this game. Like, I don't know if you understand it.
I should have had the girls play this game.
I mean, that was a joke, but I mean, kind of seriously would like to see what they think about it.
Artsy AJ is the most feminist one. So let's set her down and let her play it.
Yeah.
Take a break from Fortnite. Come in here and play this little game called Duke Nukem 3D.
Take a break from your stupid dances and kill some strippers. Like a real man. I mean, a person. So, like, I mean, look, it kind of is what it is.
God, Kenna watched me play this game. I can only imagine, like, why do you kill that lady? Because they're whores, daughter of mine. You smite the whores.
You're right. Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, those are, like, the strippers in the game. Like I said earlier, it's like my biggest takeaway. Like, that's what I remembered about this game.
I remember hearing like
baby,
they're aliens.
You know?
I remember like, no, they're aliens. They've taken them over. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But it still doesn't really.
It doesn't sit right.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It doesn't sit right.
I mean, they're not attacking you. If they're aliens, why aren't they coming after you with the other aliens?
Right. And it's like, I know the whole thing about the whole second area. So the first area is it's an episode. It's called LA Meltdown. And it all takes place in Los Angeles or the surrounding area. Mm-hmm. And aliens have taken over. We haven't even talked about the fucking story yet.
I don't really know what the story is.
Well, that's because in order to find it out, you have to access it from the help menu. And you get a screen that has it all typed out. You read it. That was like Apogee's style. Like, you know, like, so like I get it. But it's like it's a continuation of Duke Nukem 2. He's coming back to Earth after like fighting off an alien race. An evil alien race. As he's flying back to Earth, another evil alien race blows up his spaceship and he lands on that rooftop and the game begins. So,
I remember playing the original 2D Duke Nukems.
Do you? Man, I always wanted to play them.
I mean, because they came with my copy in 96.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't remember that, and it might be because I borrowed that.
They were incredibly fucking hard.
Yeah.
Incredibly hard.
They look difficult.
They're like spelunky hard. Like you're going,
I always wanted to play them, dude, because it's like, I used to get because I got like Wolfenstein 3D shareware or whatever, I got like this booklet or this catalog of like Apogee shareware game or Apogee games. And like, I remember seeing Commander Keen in there and being like, oh man, I wonder what this is all about. This is a kid, me, who didn't have an NES at the time. So it is straight like, oh man, these are video games. Like this is like the kind of shit I've seen on a Nintendo. And then it's like I remember seeing Duke Nukem in there too, and being like, oh man, I wonder what this is about. So I've always wanted to play the original games. Mm-hmm. I just never have. And I'm kind of afraid to.
We can do them eventually.
Yeah, eventually. You want to do them eventually?
Eventually.
But I don't know how far I'd make it in, you know? But anyway, where I was going with the whole like LA Meltdown and episodes and stuff like that, you were asking about if the women are aliens. Mm-hmm. I don't know the answer to that. What I do know is that the second episode takes place in space. It's called Lunar Apocalypse, and that is where you run into a lot of Earthling women that are captured, and they're being held by like alien vines and tentacles and shit like that. And you got to, again, save them by killing them. And I mean, you would think that you'd want to keep them around. I mean, you got to repopulate the fucking Earth, right?
Yeah, you're the only
there are no men.
There are all these babes. Yeah.
And then in the third episode, Shrapnel City, it all comes back to Earth again. So, and in the original game, there were just 3 episodes. They added an official 4th episode later, and then a 5th episode even later than that. Mm-hmm. So, and I know the version that I bought on Steam has all 5 episodes that I will not play.
I mean, I think an iconic moment I remember is fighting a giant alien in a football stadium.
Yeah, that's like the end of episode 3, I believe. That is one of the boss. I think it's the Cycloid Emperor. I'm not positive. Yeah, I think it is him because he's got one eye. And then you get cutscenes after you beat bosses, right? Mm-hmm. And I know the cutscene after you beat the Cycloid Emperor is he falls dead on the stadium football field. Mm-hmm. And Duke kicks his eye out of his head and splits the uprights. He makes a field goal. Yep. Again, it's like, okay, that's personality. Mm-hmm. You know, that's like over-the-topedness. You know, that's like action movie machismo that ran rampant at the time, you know?
Because I remember doing that. I don't remember
Cheesecake.
much else about the game at all.
Do you remember the cutscene where Duke kills a boss? I think this is in the second episode. Kills a boss, rips his head off, and then shits down his neck.
Nope.
That's a real thing. Yeah, that is a real thing. So it's stuff like that where it's like,
if it happened, I probably didn't know what was happening
Right?
whenever I was watching it.
yeah, he pulls out. You don't. I mean, yeah, it's cut so that you don't see it, but it's implied, and because he's like he rips the head off and then walks over to it, squats down over it, and pulls out a newspaper and starts whistling the theme to Duke Nukem 3D, which is a great theme, by the way. Like when I turned this game on, I was like, yes, I remember this because it's all like, I mean, it's great. It's fucking great. But it's, I don't know, man. It didn't. The game itself didn't hold up for me. And if it does for you, I think that's fine.
I liked it okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely, it was really good in its day. I feel like now it doesn't have a lot to offer, but I feel like it was entertaining enough. Like I didn't mind it.
I just gotta be real.
Yeah.
I just gotta be real. As much as I like, and it's tough, man, because it's one of those situations where it's like, I know a lot of people like this game. I know it. And it's like, I want to be careful with what I say, but at the same time, I want to be fucking truthful.
Go play the original DOS version now.
Yeah.
See what you think.
And see what you think. I mean, if you like it, you like it. And I get that, but I urge you, like, as you're playing it, if you do decide to revisit it, ask yourself how much of it is nostalgia, versus how much of it is, oh, this is actually a good game. And it's like, I know we reference this a lot, but I kind of put this weirdly in the same category as A Boy and His Blob, because I do feel like the merits of this game it's the charm of the game. Like, I feel like if you strip that away, if you strip the personality and the charm away from this game, it would feel like a Doom mod.
Yeah, I can see that.
Other than the engine, and I do want to talk about the engine a little bit. The build engine was what this game was built on, and it is impressive. It's not the same engine that was used for like Doom or Wolfenstein 3D or anything like that. It allowed the developers to do some really cool stuff that wasn't seen before, and honestly, a lot of stuff you don't see anymore. The big thing was, and I know this sounds fucking crazy, but they had mirrors in this game. That is a huge deal.
That was cool.
It was cool at the time, and it's still cool, because it's like when I'm playing a game now and I see something that vaguely resembles a mirror, I immediately run over there and check. Where it's like, oh, do I have a reflection? If I move around, does the reflection of the room move around with me too? You don't see it a lot. Yeah. You really don't see it. You don't see mirrors a lot. And anytime I see something that resembles a mirror and it turns out to be a frame.
Yeah, I mean, they're not in Fallout.
Yeah.
You don't really ever see yourself in Fallout.
They've got a great excuse, though, because it's like, oh, well, everything got nuked. So mirrors are fragile and they broke. But it's like, it's one of those things where when I see something that vaguely resembles a mirror and it's not a mirror, all I can think about for the next 40 minutes are mirrors. And I'm like, I start to be like, they didn't put mirrors in this game because they don't know how to fucking handle it. Duke Nukem 3D knew how to fucking handle that shit because of the build engine.
And he even says, oh, looking good.
Damn, I look good. Yeah, something like that. Which is great. That adds to the personality. Once again, the biggest selling point of this game.
Or when you take a piss, you heal like 10 hit points.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I'm not sure if it's when you piss or when you drink the toilet water.
Either way.
Because that is totally a thing that you can do, which is very cool. These were things that you couldn't do before. You know what it's like very, very neat. Very neat. But the build engine also allowed for destructible environments, like the toilet. 1 minute it's a toilet, the next minute it's not a toilet, it's a fountain of water, that kind of stuff.
A secret door for some reason.
Right, yeah, exactly. And this game is...
The secrets are very obtuse.
Yeah, they're obtuse, but the levels are full of secrets, which I do think is very cool.
I never found all of them in any level.
Oh, I know that I haven't. But like a lot of times you'll find Easter eggs hidden behind obtuse destructible walls or something like that. So that's also very neat. And I would also put that in the charm category. There are a whole bunch of other things like sloped floors and ceilings that couldn't be done before. The ability to look up and down, very important. Maybe I spoke too quickly earlier when I said this game wasn't revolutionary. Maybe because of the engine, maybe it was for a short period of time and then kind of forgotten about because Quake came out 5 months later, which really, I think, really changed the game.
Yep.
Changed the genre more so than Duke did.
Yeah. Do you have any achievements?
I do, but before I get to achievements, I would like to issue a quiz. Are you game? This quiz is not by Bovine Bear Matt Cowan. It's by me.
All right.
Although I wish it was by Bovine Bear Matt Cowan because Home Alone episode did very well, and I credit it to him. Because every single bit of our conversation about Home Alone, one way or another, was connected to Matt. So that's it. All right, I call this quiz Duke Nukem Pop Culture Quiz because I'm very original. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question 1. Tyler, in the first level of this game, a famous phone number is written in the bathroom above a urinal. Do you know what that famous phone number is?
I'm going to assume it's 8675309.
8675309. You're right. Very good.
That's the only famous phone number I can think of.
911.
Nah.
But that's not going to be it. Duke doesn't need to call 911.
No.
He is 911. He's actually 411. Call him before you dig anywhere. He gets really mad. Is that 411? I don't know. Anyway, question number 2. Tyler, in the red light district, this famous 1994 real-world event can be seen on the television in the bar.
Repeat that again?
In the red light district, level 2 of the game, you can see this real-world event, this real 1994 real-world event happening on a television in the bar.
No clue.
That is the O.J. Simpson chase.
Oh.
You can see the white Bronco. There's like a GIF of the white Bronco. You can see the slow chase on the screen. You're 50%. Still pretty good. Number 3, Tyler. In the lunar reactor, you find the corpse of this fictional character. He's hanging. There's a hint. He's hanging from his feet in a cave. And it prompts Duke to say this. Now, this is a force to be reckoned with.
By his feet in a cave.
He's hanging by his feet in a cave, and Duke says, now this is a force to be reckoned with.
I guess because it's an alien, I guess I'm going to go Yoda.
Partial credit. In the N64 version, it is Yoda.
Okay.
PC version, original version, it is a dead Luke Skywalker. Very good. Tyler, at some point in the level, at some point in the game, you find a candy bar at the bottom of a pool. What is this a reference to? It's a movie reference. It's a Baby Ruth.
Is it a Goonies reference?
It's not. I wish it was. That is probably, in my opinion, the best Baby Ruth reference in a movie. Baby Ruth?
Baby Ruth.
But it is not. There is another movie with a famous scene in it. I know you're not a movie dude, but like, I figured this was...
With a candy bar at the bottom of a pool.
Candy bar in a pool. Baby Ruth in a pool.
Okay. The sand... They throw up so it looks like a piece of shit in a...
Correct.
Okay. Was it in the Sandlot? I don't remember. Like a Snickers bar?
No, it's Caddyshack.
Oh, okay.
It is a Baby Ruth. It's Caddyshack.
But you're... okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
No, this is a hard quiz. It's a hard quiz to give it like you because you're not a movie guy. You know what I mean? And a lot of these, not all of them. Number 5, Tyler. In the stadium, a blimp can be seen sporting this fictional beer brand, albeit with a likely intentional typo.
So probably meant to be Duff, a fictional beer brand, you said?
It is a fictional beer brand.
Okay.
Are you going with Duff?
Yeah, sure.
You are correct. It is Duff Beer, spelled with one F. They were not afraid of O.J. Simpson. Matt Groening, on the other hand, terrified.
No way.
Honestly, you don't fuck with The Simpsons ever, but you certainly don't fuck with The Simpsons in 1996.
Bart Scompson.
Number 6, Tyler. In the death row chapel, Duke encounters this dead fictional character, and it prompts him to say, that's one doomed space marine. What game is this dead character from?
Doom.
Yeah. Correct.
Thank you for the gimme.
Tyler, number 7, the cover art for Duke Nukem 3D is heavily inspired by what movie? Here's a hint. Duke even borrows a line from that movie. Hail to the king, baby.
Evil Dead?
Half credit.
Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness, full credit. You got it. Well done. One day, we will record Nicole Nance's, TADPOG sweetheart, Nicole Nance's first movie podcast episode.
We did watch that movie for
Army of Darkness, because we did all watch it together with the intention of recording a podcast about it. All right, Tyler. Number 8. Duke utters this line from which Rowdy Roddy Piper movie? It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
See, I've never seen it. I guess is They Live or It Lives?
It is They Live.
They Live.
Very good. I think you would enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it, but not as much as I did when I was like 9, because like that was like the perfect like blend of violence and mind fuckery for like a a preteen boy. Tyler, number 9. I'm not sure if Duke ever went to boot camp, but he does say, "I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck," which is a line from what movie?
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. Very good. Tyler, number 10, Duke Nukem makes an appearance and dies in this 2018 motion picture.
Shit. Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Good guess. Ready Player One. He is on the war planet, and he is barely visible. And like barely visible enough where it's like, can they get away with this without paying for it? They might, because it is a blonde dude with a fucking high top, with sunglasses, a red muscle shirt, and blue pants. So it's like, it is Duke Nukem, but like at the same time, like, could a lawyer be like, "Oh no, that's Frank. That's Frank from casting. Here, look at him."
Well, just like what David Cross showed a picture of, like in Infinity War in the collector's collection, and like you just barely see it for a split second, but you see Tobias, blue Tobias in one of the containers.
So was that officially licensed?
I don't know. See, he talks like clearly like this looks like Tobias, right? Like,
oh, gotcha.
But it does. Like, I think he's leading up against a totally blue mustache. Yeah. Like, it looks like Tobias.
Oh, he has a mustache and everything? Yeah, dude. But it's like, who thinks they can put shit like that in movies anymore? Because it is like...
Our society is too litigious to be funny.
But not only that, there's like so many people who like will go through a scene frame by frame. Like Ready Player One. Like, I'm sure someone found Duke Nukem because they were like, all right, I'm going to try to identify everyone in this scene, and I'm going to watch it frame by frame because I am a teenager and I have infinite fucking time.
Or I am 35 years old and I have no life to speak of.
Yeah, it could be one or the other. But yeah, I don't like stuff like that. I feel like you used to like when we were kids, you could sneak stuff like that into movies because it's like, well, this will never come out for home. Like, this will come out. This will be in a movie theater, and then that's it.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff, and I know like I've mentioned this podcast before, but I need to mention it. Laser Time is a podcast. It's very, very fucking good. But the reason I mention it is because that's what made me think about that whole like you can't sneak shit in movies anymore. Like that is a thing that has been said on that show before, and they give a whole bunch of they didn't get there from Duke Nukem. I've never heard that mentioned on there, but that's one of those things where it's like in The Rescuers, and I heard this on their show, and it is true. There is like the scene where the albatross, I can't remember his name, is flying through the city.
Albert.
Is it Albert? Albert the albatross.
Albert Ross.
Right, Albert Ross. Albert Ross Geller. He is flying through like a city, and in a window, it's going by so fast, but in a window, if you freeze frame it, there's a naked live action, like a photograph of a naked woman standing in the window in a Disney motion picture. And it was a real fucking thing because it's like, who is going to notice this? nobody is going to notice this, because I can't remember what year the movie came out, but it was like before like VCRs were common, you know, and it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, we did. Oops, we didn't intend on anyone to see that. So I don't know. I just feel like it's important to, you know, give credit on that, because I really wanted to tell that fucking story.
I'm glad you did.
We'll have a link in the show notes.
Pretty good. Is that all 10 questions?
Yeah, that is. I wasn't keeping track of how good you did, but I feel like you did pretty good.
Yeah, not really.
I don't know. I feel like you did higher than 50%.
I mean, that was a good quiz. I wish I was better at movies, but I don't wish enough to actually watch movies. So
no, I get it. I
sort of wish I was better at movies.
I don't have fucking time anymore. Truly, it's like, and I get like so many recommendations on shit to watch, and it is just like I literally have a document on Evernote that is named shit I will never watch, and it's stuff that I want to watch, but it is just like maybe when I retire, which is never going to happen, by the way. Because I'm officially at the cutoff for a millennial, and from what I understand, we're not going to be able to retire. So I'll never get to watch these movies.
Yep. I do want to watch that Robin Williams documentary.
I haven't heard about it.
But
I'll add it to the list.
His life. Add to the list.
I want to watch the Mr. Rogers documentary. Real bad. I think it's actually playing right now at our local art house cinema.
Oh shit. Okay. Melissa and I are watching the second season of that Leah Remini Scientology.
Oh yeah, how is it?
It's really good.
Cool. TV is a lot easier to digest. Like, I don't know how long those episodes are, but it's like I can't.
Yeah, usually like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't, man. It's like, unless it's something that I'm watching while I'm doing something else, I can't do it.
Well, I'm gonna watch. What is this really good on Netflix? Nah, I'm gonna watch Frasier and play Duke Nukem. Thank you though.
Yeah, absolutely. That I can do.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I like shows like Frasier and Seinfeld so much, because it's like I've already seen this a bunch.
Don't have to pay that much attention, but it's nice to be there.
But it's still there. And it's like I pick up little bits of data that I didn't have before, you know? It's also fucked up because it's like when I watch stuff now, it does kind of feel like, oh, I'm just watching this to like pick up trivia and like little bits of like information. It's not like I'm watching this to like get wrapped up in the narrative or something like that. It's very bizarre. Like that didn't used to be me, but that is straight up me now, where it's like I can't get out of the mindset of gather information.
I was thinking about an achievement.
Do you have any achievements for this game?
I do, but I'm thinking, okay, nope, not quite what I thought it was. Okay.
No, what was it?
I thought is it another David? Is it another famous David? No, it's not. It's not. I forgot what it was for a second. But one of my achievements.
David Crane. David Crane of A Boy and His Blob fame.
Right.
Oh, you said David Crane earlier. Shame on me.
Did I?
Yeah, you sure did. Because I remember thinking, Frasier and Niles don't have a brother named David.
Oh, I was. Yeah, David Crane is actually a person. You're right, because I was just making David Crane as a Frasier
David
joke.
Crane. Yeah.
Yeah,
we got there.
Unintentional.
We found the truth eventually. Someone has been listening to this for an hour, seething, where it's like they don't even know who fucking David Crane is.
Do you have any achievements?
I do. I've got a few achievements that came from Twitch chat. I normally stream on Sundays at 8:30 Central. If you're listening to this and you want to hang out and help with achievements, that's the time to do it. First achievement I've got, coming from our very own pinball archmage Chris Edler, is Subway Lettuce, which is a TADPOG deep cut. In order to unlock Subway Lettuce, you need to destroy every toilet in the game. Because as we all know, Subway Lettuce straight up gives you brown water for poo. Life hack that was shared with me, get spinach instead of the lettuce. That helps. Achievement number 2, this comes from Fish Lips J, is Space, the Final Frontier. And in order to unlock Space, the Final Frontier, you've unlocked this achievement, Tyler. You unlock that by jacking it while repeatedly pressing spacebar in front of strippers in the red light district.
Damn right. Yeah. Because I even had to show Melissa, hey, come see what I used to come to. And she had to like walk around the bar and look and be not impressed.
The long journey. It's not impressive, but it was at the time. I get it. And the third achievement I've got is just like the king, baby. And in order to unlock just like the king, baby, you need to die in a bathroom. And that achievement is from our very own edgelord Kyle.
Nice.
So Kyle, thank you for that. And thank you to everybody who submitted Chivos. There, as always, were a lot of good ones, but had to pare it down. Tyler, do you have any achievements for this game?
I have 3.
Okay, awesome.
The first one is Unabomber.
Okay.
You unlock Unabomber by killing 5 enemies at once with a pipe bomb.
Nice.
I was like, is that David Kaczynski? I don't know, Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski.
My other one is
You mean Jim from The Office?
Sexist Rick Moranis, and that is where you use the shrink gun and then stomp on any enemy. Any one enemy and you unlock because you're then sexist Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
And the last one is $1 Million Baby. And you unlock that by tipping a stripper $1 million.
Oh, okay. So it's like Fishlip J's achievement, but it has a limit to it.
Yep. Unlike masturbation.
Yeah, there is a limit to that. We just haven't found it yet.
Science is working on it.
Oh, science has found it. We just haven't. One day, Tyler, we're going to get up and be like, time to masturbate, and it is not going to happen. It is not going to happen.
Well, I've hit that.
It's going to be sad. Well, one day it's going to be physically impossible.
Like, time to masturbate, time to beg my wife. Well, I don't have to beg my wife. I don't want to sound like I have to beg my wife for sex. We're like, let's move on. Because I almost said it, and I was like, I think she's in there. She's not going to appreciate it. Me make it sound like I have to beg.
She 100% is in this room.
Because it's not.
Yeah, I audibly heard her reaction. But I thought you said bang my wife. So it was, I think you might have flown under the radar.
She's fine with that, yeah.
until you qualified that statement. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've got a very important question for you. This is why everyone's here. All right. If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give this the beard of the most Duke Nukem person I know.
Duke Nukem.
The
clean shaven.
I'd
like to point out.
Duke Nukem is clean shaven, but this man occasionally is clean shaven. Sometimes has a little bit of facial hair. I would have to give it the beard of yes.
Liam Neeson.
Tom Cruise is his favorite actor of Super Metroid fame, Sean McElwain.
Oh, Tom Cruise is Sean McElwain's favorite actor? Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
No, or is it Brad Pitt? It's one of those two.
Same person.
Maybe now that I think about it, maybe it's Brad Pitt because he loves Meet Joe Black.
All right. So then the beard of Brad Pitt?
Sure.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it? The
now no longer necessary glasses of Sean McElwain of Super Metroid fame. He got LASIK.
I get it. I get it. Sean McElwain is the most Duke Nukem person that you know.
Right.
I see. Okay. Excellent. I see. I missed that completely because I was not paying attention. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
I would ask you how much this game is on price charting, and I can.
The original CD-ROM.
Well, no, they didn't have that. They had the Sega Saturn version. This game came out on a lot of platforms. It was ported to a lot. They had the N64 version too, I believe. I think this game might have even come out on the Game Boy Advance, which I know sounds ridiculous. But I think I might have heard that somewhere.
The Virtual Boy?
I don't think it had a Virtual Boy release. But on the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised. If you'd like, I can read everything that it came out on. It might be worth the laugh.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we've already named enough Davids. Let's name all the Duke Nukem platforms.
Right. Oh wow, we've been recording for a long time. Let's see. Platform, MS-DOS, Android, Game.com. Remember Game.com?
Love that Game.com release.
iOS, Linux, Classic Mac OS, Microsoft Windows, Nintendo 64, Mac OS, PlayStation, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, Mega Drive, Genesis, Sega Saturn, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Unfortunately, no Game Boy Advance.
Damn.
That's a bummer.
No links.
No, I don't see a links on there either. Sorry.
Came on Game & Watch.
No, I don't see. I don't see that on there either. That would be great though.
Yep.
I don't see the Tiger Electronics Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem 1D.
Man. Well, do you want to take a call or two?
Yeah, we got time to do a call?
I mean, not really, but I want to take one.
All right, let's take one then. And then we need to figure out what we're going to do in next episode. Oh, actually, you know what? I do have a little segment that we haven't done in a long time called Where Are They Now? Would you like to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
I know we don't have much time, but Where Are They Now? 3D Realms, Tyler. Oh, I like that theme. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to isolate that, and that is going to be the next time in 3 years when we... I like it. When we resurrect it, we're going to use it.
The Dry Tubs beat. You're welcome.
Oh, shit. An exclusive. All right, Tyler. 3D Realms. Where are they now?
I'm gonna assume they had to have been bought up by a much bigger company and then put Duke Nukem into development hell.
Okay.
So I'm going to say they were bought by id.
Okay. In March 2014, the company was acquired by SDN Invest.
Oh, that's a second guess.
A Danish holding company and part owner of Interceptor Entertainment. They partnered with 3D Realms quite a bit, apparently, at some point in time. 3D Realms started out as Apogee, as we mentioned earlier, up until 1996. They became 3D Realms. They are technically, even though they're acquired, they're technically still going through legal disputes.
Excellent.
Yeah. Let's see. The most recent one, they're like... Interceptor Entertainment is making games I haven't heard of. Bombshell, I don't know if you've heard of that one.
The hot sauce.
Bombshell hot sauce. Ion. Sorry, let me get this right. I always say Ion, but it doesn't work in this title. Iron Maiden instead of Iron Maiden. Ion Maiden, which is a prequel to Bombshell. So they announced that on February 28th, 2018. So there we go. Now, would you like to take a call?
Yeah.
You want to play us out with some theme, please? It's catchy.
That was Where Are They Now?
Perfect. I fucking love it. All right, let's do this shit. Here is a phone call. I believe this is from, you guessed it, our beloved Adam.
Tickle me, Frank Stallone.
Here we go, Adam. You're on the line.
Just for the record, I'm not wondering if you would give Kenna the sex dress because of any weird reason. I just want to get that out there. What's up, TADPOG? It's your beloved Adam. I just want to get that out of the way. I hung up my call. I was confident in it. And then all of a sudden, I had diarrhea feeling in my stomach because I thought people are going to think I'm a freaking weirdo. The reason why I asked
that
is
ship
because
has already
every
sailed,
time
Adam.
you see your little girl wearing that dress, you'd want to have sex with your wife, which doesn't sound like a bad thing because it's like, yeah, sex with my wife. But it's like, you know, it's your kid.
No, you lay in this pit. You lay in this pit you dug, Adam.
For the record, Adam, I did totally think that. And I think if you go back and like re-listen to...
That was the implication in the question.
I mean, I totally 100% thought that, but
I already always want to have sex with my wife. So your question is like a cow's opinion. It's moot.
It's a moot point. But it was like one of those where it's like, I know he didn't mean it that way, but it was totally, it did seem,
like
it did 100% sound like it. If you don't know what we're talking about, go listen to the Home Alone episode, please. I think it was that one.
Yeah.
You know what? This part of the phone call is for the screening service, whoever you may be. Just delete these two calls because
they would have made
even as I try to rationalize my question, it sounds really creepy. So, if I need to kick in an extra $1 for Patreon for you to just make these go.
No, they're not going to go away. You just need to do it out of apology.
I second this.
Away, I can do that. Just let me know somehow.
Yes.
I'll tell you live on the air. Do it.
Yes. Do you think beloved Adam was like, do you think last episode he heard that call and he was like, I specifically asked?
I hope so. No, take the next call.
I'll call tomorrow with a good call after I've slept on it and prayed about it and taken a really nice hot shower to wash off the weird. All right, thanks for doing what you do, call service. Gosh, I hope I don't hear this on live podcast.
It's pre-recorded, so you're fine.
I love the call service. All right, bye.
I think that needs to be the only call we take for this episode.
All right, we're running out of time, and that's a nice way to end it.
That's a good one to end on, Adam.
Yeah, we ended a saga with that call. I'm scrolling through the voicemail. It looks like Adam never calls us back
Never
ever
called
again.
Sadly, we never heard from Adam.
And by that, I mean it's the next 3 calls.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and at YouTube.
Yeah, totally.
So to miss the next episode, Dave, what do you think? What do you think?
All right, let's talk about this.
Okay.
We have not talked about this yet.
Not at all.
I'm going to go through the regular list
Uh-huh.
that I've been going through. Although I'm marking Garfield Kart, sadly, I'm marking it off the list because another podcast has beat us to it, and I need to give some breathing. It's fine. It wasn't going to happen. I don't feel like you were ever like, yeah, Garfield Kart. So it's fine. Let's just say it's permanently off the list, and I wasted the $2 on Steam.
Well, I almost bought it, but I got flagged for fraud. So,
so Silent Hill 2 is going to happen. That's going to be a thing. We got to get Miller involved. But that's not going to be a next week thing.
yeah,
but
well,
it is on.
Takes much more planning.
It's on the fucking list. Edgelord Kyle has recommended Stinger. Gentle G has requested Guardian Legend. Bad Dudes has been requested by Bailey, but we haven't.
Bailey for that.
We need Bailey for that, and we say this every time that we need to get in touch with her about it. Bailey, get in touch with us. How about that? You get in touch with us. I promise it's not a list. Are you listening test?
And not like Drew tell Bailey to get. No.
Bailey
Drew, don't you tell her. Bailey,
Right.
it's all Bailey.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe, Drew. And then Dig Dougie had recommended Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Do any of those sound tantalizing to you?
Not really.
No? Well,
Kabuki Quantum Fighter, maybe a little bit.
out of that list, it's probably. I've also got Wrecking Crew on here because I've never played it, and I'd like to at some point. And a cool game called Minute, which is something that will require purchase, but I do not think it is very expensive. Minute is like The Legend of Zelda, but you have 1 minute to live.
Oh, okay.
And then you die, and then you restart.
I don't know. Nothing jumps out at me, but I'm also not particularly opposed to anything.
Well, I guess this is our last episode.
Yep. That's how it ended. Actually, would you mind doing a TADPOG? Because I am playing a game currently, but I hate to throw you in on that game.
What is it?
Shining Force, the final.
I don't mind to do that, but I would kind of like to play it at some point.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. I hate to end it without announcing it, but that's fine.
Oh, well, we can do that. Kabuki Quantum Fighters did stand out to me a little bit.
All right. You down to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that.
Kabuki Quantum Fighters.
Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
Sounds funny.
Yeah.
all
It's a
right.
weird game.
Okay.
It is a weird game. I haven't played it, but it is a weird game. I do feel like I don't think Dig Dougie would lead us astray. I also think that there's a lot of weird shit in there that we could probably just have a fun time talking about.
Okay.
I hope.
All right. Sounds good.
If not anything but the name.
Hey, do you want to send us anything for an intro, maybe? Or something, or just like a hot sauce you want to try? Whatever.
Oh, we do have the Death Nut Challenge that we did receive.
The Death Nut?
The Death Nut Challenge. And I believe that came from Capsaicin Czar Chris. So if I am wrong, please correct me, because the package, I vaguely remember talking to him about that. The package came in, and it's in a black envelope and does not have anyone's name on it. So
Ooh, okay.
it must have shipped directly from the Death Nut tree.
Perfect.
But I want to save that for maybe a video or something, because I honestly do feel like the hot stuff should be in video format, really and truly.
And I like how Phil stated that the Patreon videos are just basically like people giving us money to eat gross shit to make us sick, like elementary school.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad you brought that up, because when I saw that on Tadpog Nation, I had a moment of, you stole my joke from 4 fucking years ago. But it's cool. We're friends, so I'm just gonna not like or comment on this post.
But if you want to send us something, send it to Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Absolutely. And if you want to bypass our very expensive streaming call service, what am I trying to say? Our very expensive
Call screening
service. Thank you. Wow. The word screening vanished from my vocabulary.
People filtration, people voice, coffee,
Yeah, that was getting there. You can call us at 270-883-2555. Try to leave your voicemail under 3 minutes if you can, and ask about dresses. There's a personal request. I'll forget about that. Also, you can find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit, but the really cool people are on the Tadpog Nation Facebook group, where we are much more lewd. But if you want to know, like, when episodes are coming out and when streams are happening, like, the main Facebook page is a good place too.
Yeah.
You can find us on Twitter. We are at @tadpog_podcast. It's cucumbersome, I realize. Big thank you to everybody who continues to retweet us. That is very, very fucking cool, and we do appreciate it. I know it sounds lame, but it does help spread the word. Also, iTunes reviews. If you think we're doing a good job, and if you've gotten to this part in the podcast, you probably do. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes.
Yeah.
That is the biggest marketplace, and it really does help.
If you want to, hey, we have an Instagram, Tadpog_podcast on Instagram. If you want to buy a Tadpog shirt, we have those.
Shirts.tadpog.com.
Yeah. Shirts.
Everybody! Shirt.
And if you buy a shirt and take a picture of you wearing that shirt, put it on the Tadpog Nation group.
We'll get you up in the banner.
Michael will put you up in that banner. So
you know what it reminds me of? On homemade porn subreddits, there will be banner requests where someone will take a photograph, typically of herself, and make a post. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
They'll make a post, and the title will be banner request. They want to be immortalized on the banner of that subreddit. You can be immortalized on Tadpog Nation Facebook group.
Yeah.
You just got to buy a shirt, take a photo of yourself, fucking post it.
Fully clothed or semi-nude, like Kyle Collins recently.
Yeah, I don't think he's been added to the. Banner yet.
We gotta put him up. We gotta add that picture.
I think it's because Exalted Lord Micah Purdue is the one who normally handles that. So thank you very much, Micah. But he is on his honeymoon right now.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think
it's no excuse for not having Kyle's dick up on the banner.
Look at naked Kyle. Do it.
Let's see. I think that's all we got.
Yep, we got a Patreon. If you like this episode, if you think we're doing a good job and you want to support us, you can do that at patreon.com/tadpog. Yeah, as of right now, you chip in $1, you get access to all the bonus episodes we've done, bonus videos of us eating hot shit, and all the bonus material that we'll do in the future as long as you remain a donor. I know we've been saying this a lot. We are going to be adding tiers for the people who donate more than $1. I'm just not ready to pull the trigger on it yet for a few different reasons, but we will get there, I promise.
Yeah. Let's see. Our theme song is "Moves" by Sigmore Drive and Fat Trick, found in the show notes at tadpog.com. Have him close it out, Dave.
I think we should let Duke Nukem close it out for us.
Pretty good.
Or we should do it as Duke Nukem.
All right.
And then play the thing that Duke William got for us. It's a bumper that we don't know how to use yet.
Yeah, but it's on there. It's amazing.
It is amazing. And thank you again. That's why we're doing this episode.
Yep.
Because Duke William got that for us.
Yep. You're damn right.
And we were like, oh yeah.
Duke Seth Toast.
Exactly.
All right. So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn.
Sexist comment.
The name's Nukem, Duke Nukem, and you're listening to Tadpog Podcast because it's cool.